Hello, everybody, and this is thanking God for yet another very beautiful day. Each day is to be lived to its fullest. That's what I believe. Live it as happily as you can. Problem no dey finish. It's up to us to be as happy as we can in between the challenging moments, or even as we tackle these challenges in our lives. Today I'll talk about an issue which should be of concern to every parent whose child has finished university and is now preparing to go for NYSC. The National Youth Service Corps Scheme. Personally, I feel it's a brilliant endeavor. I think it's a good thing. I think it was founded with the best of intentions at heart. And I think to a certain extent it achieved the purpose for which it was set up. I, for one, was one of these people who looked forward to NYSC with all my heart because I knew that would give me an opportunity to leave home. I did all my schooling in one local government, just in the state capital, there, everything from primary to secondary to university, everything in one place, and I was tired. I wanted to leave home, I wanted to travel out of the state, I wanted to mingle with other people, and NYSC gave me the platform for which that would happen, And after NYSC, I was lucky, I was retained, I got a job that kept me here in Abuja and has kept me here since then. So leaving home is a good thing. It helps you to, for those who, like me, never had the opportunity to leave home, you did all your schooling in one place and so on and so forth. That's usually your first springboard to mingling with other people who are not of your ethnic group, probably not even of your own religion. You get to learn other people's cultures. You come to appreciate what it is to be at the mercy of people that you're not related to. And you come to have a deeper understanding of who we are as Nigerians. And I think many Nigerians will tell you that while nobody craves it, when you do get posted to a rural area, you are treated almost like a king. People are fetching water for you. People will bring you food items. Somebody will take it upon themselves to be cooking for you. They look after you. It gives you a deeper appreciation of the fact that your typical Nigerian is somebody who is good-hearted and amiable, willing to accommodate strangers, open-hearted to people who are new to their community, and so on and so forth. We are a loving people. That said, since 1999 till date, Nigeria has continued to suffer escalating unrest in different parts of the country. There's no running away from it. Banditry, terrorist attacks, kidnappings are now commonplace. In fact, kidnappings, it all started, very randomly in the Niger Delta axis of the country with a kidnap of expatriates, mostly those working in the oil sector. And that was how it started, and nobody was really bothered initially because it was something that, who will kidnap you, a fellow Nigerian, they were kidnapping Oyibo people because of money, and all of this. And to get the federal government's attention, which they eventually did, along with blowing up pipelines. And then you had Boko Haram in the northeast. You still have pockets of it going on there. Then we've had bandits and marauders. And then now kidnapping is also now a mainstream crime. It's no longer just Oyibo people being kidnapped. Your neighbor could kidnap you. You could get kidnapped in a bus. kidnapping has it has become a thing. We've gone from a country where kidnapping was something you watched on TV to kidnapping being so real now that most people know somebody who has had it happen to somebody that's close to them, or a family member, or a friend, and so on. That is how rampant it is today. The federal government is doing what it can. But as Nigerians, the truth is, we own this country. If we as a people do not play our part, there's only so much government can do. Which brings me to the issue of the federal government, the Ministry of Education, the NYSC, and there needs to be some kind of, there should be some new modalities instituted for the states that young people get posted to. We know states where unrest is a real problem in Nigeria. I think that those states should be excluded from the NYSC posting list until there is some degree of security reestablished in those environments. Quite a number of corps members have lost their lives, having been posted to areas that the state knows are unstable, usually as a result of some kind of political falling out, which is always, disguised as some kind of religious thing or communal. 9 out of 10 times, it's politics. Now, we have the Anambra gubernatorial elections looming. We are hearing that certain factions have ordered a sit-at-home preceding the elections. Now, while these groups have insisted that their stay-at-home order has nothing to do with the looming or impending gubernatorial elections, I think it would take a very naive soul to believe that. I personally am not somebody who is given to accepting coincidences just like that. I do not like coincidences ordinarily. And it is safe to say that this is some kind of arm-twisting gesture. To get the federal government to do what, I don't really know. Because just like with Boko Haram, these things have not been properly communicated. There was a time Boko Haram was saying that they wanted the president to convert and become a Muslim. Some very weird demands. Now, in this case, with IPOB and whichever other groups are out there, nobody even really knows exactly what they want. Sometimes we hear that their agitations are because they want Nnamdi Kanu to be released and all of this. You see, people from the southeast of Nigeria are people who are ordinarily business inclined. That's what they do. They are traders, they are contractors, they are business people. Entrepreneurship is their thing. To the point where sometimes their participation in the polls is not as the turnout is hardly ever as good as other parts of the country. Because people just want to go about their business, continue, so they are business inclined mostly. And of late, there have been so many stay-at-home, sit-at-home orders with people who find themselves in violation, either savagely beaten, killed, businesses burnt down, vehicles transporting goods from one place to another attacked, vandalized, burned, and so on. So it's safe to say that the escalating violence in the southeast is something that should concern us. We're all Nigerians. If something affects a certain part of the country and it is not properly managed and the problem solved, over time it escalates. There's a ripple effect, and it eventually affects even those that do not live in the region. But I'll not speak at length trying to analyze all the different nuances around these challenges. For my part, my main concern as a parent is that I think the NYSC needs to highlight the troubled spots in Nigeria, the dangerous states that are given to unrest in Nigeria. I think those states should be red flagged, and core members not posted to those states, or in the event that they are posted to those states, they should not be given assignments that would put them at risk, such as election monitoring. I think they should be exempted from that because the risk is too heavy. The risk is too high. They have lost their lives in times past in different similar circumstances. I think going forward, government should do everything in its power to protect these youngsters. Keep them out of harm's way. Do your part. I know that ordinarily, death will find you where it will find you. That is our belief anyway. That if you are doomed to die, you will die at a certain time. But I think maybe the circumstances are not always meant to be exactly like that. The aim is that you should die and not in a specific circumstance. I don't know. Life is mysterious. But even if we have these fatalistic ideas, let government be able to say that we did everything, for our part, we did everything possible to keep these youngsters secure and protected. Not that, again, young people will be sent to trouble spots, red zones. I think it is time for NYSC to look deeply into the matter and reach a resolve on how, going forward, how postings should be carried out, such that the scheme can continue to retain relevance and continue to be beneficial. Because I, for one, believe in it. I'm not one of these people. Yes, there are people who are saying that it should be scrapped. No, I don't think so. I think it's one of the few things we have going to help with integration. You know, when a youngster from the deep south gets posted to Katsina State or Sokoto, and he comes to realize that you don't need to believe everything you see in the news. So with specific regard to elections, I think core members should be, they should just, let's leave them out of that. Election monitoring and anything. And then with regard to posting them to states that we already know are hotspots, much needs to be done in that area. And I'm hoping that somebody who has the ears of the authority will watch this video, will think through it, because I do think I'm making sense, and I do think I'm speaking the minds of many parents and possibly many core members as well.